Long time no see, everyone. Last time we did one of these videos was a long time ago in regular Siege, but now Siege X is out. I think it's a perfect time to go over brand new audio because everyone is complaining about audio. But for me, I'm not having any issues really. I think the audio's been really good. I'm really enjoying it a lot so far. I've been playing obviously the test server and now the live build. So I'm going to run through my settings to show you guys the best audio settings that you guys can use in Siege X today to make sure you guys can hear everything and everyone moving around the map and all the audio cues that you need to hear. I'm going to break this video down into 3 parts. We're going to do in-game audio of Siege. We're going to go into Windows settings as well that I use. And then afterwards, I'm going to give some suggestions you can use externally to improve your audio by using like Soundcard, different types of headsets, stuff like that I use and I've tested before. So you guys know exactly what to buy or what you need to do or use to make sure you guys have the best audio possible. So moving straight into the game itself. So we're going to go to the settings right now, of course. We're going to run through just the audio settings here completely through and through. After editing and processing video and uploading it to YouTube, all ready to go, they've updated the game and they've changed the dynamic range names from Hi-Fi TV and night mode to just high and low. So they've removed TV basically, and now low is night mode and high is Hi-Fi. So in the video, if I'm saying Hi-Fi, I mean the high mode, okay? Overall, right now, the most consistent dynamic range to use is Hi-Fi. Night mode is not that good in my opinion. Basically what it does is it makes footsteps louder and everything else quieter. So it's a lot harder to understand what's actually going on in the game itself. Like you won't hear people, you know, maybe shooting at you or reinforcing the wall, ripping down a barricade, jumping out, throwing util, stuff like that. Especially with the new way the audio system works as well. Hi-Fi overall, it gives you louder sound and you can hear everything. So all you got to do is just turn down your audio a bit and you'll hear so much more because it's not compressed and it's also just giving everything into kind of like its true form, I guess you could say. So it's a bit easier to distinguish what's going on between hearing like a barricade ripped down, you know, certain general things around the map. And it's still really easy to hear footsteps as well. I've not had any issues. It's been really easy for me to distinguish between people above me, people below me, people running at me, stuff like that. I've had very minimal issues with the audio so far. So this is what I recommend. Hi-Fi dynamic range. If you guys haven't tried it yet, definitely give it a try. Much better than night mode. Night mode is kind of a thing of the past in my opinion. Hi-Fi is definitely the way to go. Moving on to tinnitus SFX. Now I'm currently using Wave. I'm kind of testing them all out at the moment still because it's still quite new. But the original one was ringing. Now I'm turning off ringing completely. I think I just don't really like obviously the ringing sound in my ears and stuff, and you kind of lose the audio in that. Muted as well. When you get flashbang, it's kind of muting all the audio and suppressing all the audio, so it makes it a lot harder to actually hear what's going on after you get flashbanged or stunned or whatever's going on. So far I think my most consistent one and the one I've enjoyed the most is actually Wave. So it just creates like a wave, like whoosh sound, like an ocean wave in your ear. I feel like I can still hear the audio really well inside of the game after I get flashed or stunned, whatever it may be. It makes it a lot easier and it's also a lot nicer on the ears as well. It's just like a nice gentle wave, just keeping your eyes easing you back into the game once after you get stunned. But overall it feels like the clarity of audio, it feels a lot better using Wave. Now master volume and all these volume sliders here, all preference. Now mine's really low at 29 just because of my sound card, which we'll get into later into the video. There'll be chapters at the bottom of the video here, guys, if you guys want to skip along. So in terms of volume, that's all preference. Just use what you feel comfortable with. Don't want it too loud to ruin your ears, but you also don't want it too low that you don't hear anything. Which brings us down mainly into the rest of this stuff here. So voice over presets. Now if you actually hover over it, it tells you everything here that you'll need to know. I don't give a about any of the other presets here other than minimal, because I don't want to hear about anything over, like I don't want to hear all the audio of personalities of operators. I just want the very minimal amount of things that I need to hear, like, you know, when someone takes damage I hear them screaming, when they get flashed I hear whatever that may be. You know, I don't need to know or hear people talking about reinforcing a wall or barricading a door. I need to hear if they've been shot, if they're downed, if they're breathing heavy because they've been injured by a frostmat and got themselves back up. So minimal is the best use to remove all the clutter and nonsense out of the game, and that keeps all the most important things in the game. HQ voiceover I've kept on. It's just nice to know sometimes when, like, you know, you're in those last few seconds of the round, like 15 seconds after you hear that little voiceover, you know you're in those last 15 seconds. Of course the audio of like the intense audio comes in as well. For me, I've just left it on. It's just kind of natural. That is a preference thing though, so if you guys want to turn that off and you're more comfortable with that, just turn it off. But for me, I use it with on. Mono/stereo output. Mono stereo output. Now this one's gonna be very simple, guys. You always want to use stereo. Basically what mono does, it takes both the audios from the left and right channel and makes it one. So in both ears you're going to hear the exact same thing. So if someone's on your left, you're going to hear that in both ears, and you're gonna be super confused. Stereo is how Siege is meant to be played. So if you hear someone on your left, it's gonna come out your left ear. If someone's on your right, or something happens over on the right, you're gonna hear that out your right ear. Now the new Siege audio is a lot more directional as well, so it makes it a lot easier. So stereo, always keep it on stereo. If you guys aren't using stereo, you're completely trolling, and that's why your audio is terrible. Mute on focus, that's just an alt tab thing. If you guys want to mute when you're unmute or not when you're. And then finally we come down to obviously our audio input, output, and all these other voice chat volumes. These obviously just put it to what you're using. So for me, my input device is the broadcast stream mix for my microphone, and then audio output is the system one as well, just because that's what everything runs through. So everything else volume wise is just all down to your preferences. Next we're going to be moving on to the system sound, overall general window settings that I use, and the things that I use or change that help you have full clarity in game and the best audios that you can use as well. So what you want to do obviously is make sure you're selecting the correct one. So for me, that's system. And then what you want to do is scroll all the way down. Obviously make sure mono audio in Windows is off as well. Then what you want to do is you want to come down to more sound settings, and you're going to get this little pop up here. Scroll down to whatever playback audio you're using here. Mine is system. It's set as my default device. You're going to right click and click properties. So what you want to do is go to levels. Just make sure everything's there. Balance. You want to make this the same on each side, so you guys are getting equal audio out of each earphone or headphone, sorry, either or. I use earphones, so that's why I'm going to say earphone throughout the video. Enhancements, you want to disable all enhancements here. You don't want anything to kind of interrupt or go through any audio systems here, like virtual surround. You definitely do not want this on no matter what. Equalization, just none of this. You want to disable all enhancements. Just keep it nice and simple and let the audio from the game be as true as possible. Same thing goes for advanced as well. Generally you want to use the kind of highest hertz or bit rate, whatever you have here. Now I'm using the Go XLR Mini at the moment instead of my previous video, which I was using the Soundblaster. That's simply just because I need audio to pass through to 2 PCs for streaming. I'm using that right now, but if you're using the Soundblaster from the last video, I'll leave a little link in the description to my last video with my Soundblaster settings that you guys can go use. I'll leave it timestamped as well. So in terms of quality, you always want to use studio quality and the highest hertz and the highest bits as well. Some people say that Siege is made for 48,000 hertz, whatever. I always use 192k hertz. Feel free to use that as well, guys. Exclusive mode doesn't really affect anything on my end, so if you're having issues with audio, maybe try turning that off. Facial sound as well, you always want to keep off. You do not want Windows Sonic for headphones or anything like that. Keep it nice and simple. You want everything disabled. Keep it to true audio inside the Siege. Okay, moving on towards audio you can use externally to help you have a bit better audio inside the game as well. Now I'm going to run through a bunch of different sound cards and stuff that I've used in the past, and then I'm going to run into some earphones and headphones that I've used as well. And then generally you can move along and just kind of work your way down and just go whatever's in your budget. Now if you have the budget for it and you want to spend that extra money to get better audio, then do so, of course, and if not, that's okay as well. This is just a recommendation. I'm not here to tell you guys to buy this stuff or not. This is just stuff that I've tested myself and I can vouch for. So if you guys want to kind of copy that as well and you know, get great audio, then feel free to copy me. Now I've got like tens of thousands of hours using these headphones and earphones and all this type of stuff, so you can trust me a little bit when I say that I kind of know what I'm talking about in terms of this type of stuff. So let's move straight in towards the first thing that I currently use, which is my sound card. Now I run everything through my Go XLR Mini, but you can also get the Go XLR regular, so I've put both here. Now the Go XLR Mini is about £145 on Amazon. I'm sure you can find it somewhere else for cheaper. This basically just runs all your audio into one massive thing, and you can adjust all the audio yourself, as you can see on the picture here. So like if, for example, if I move this down here, back up, you can hear me again because I'm using my microphone and I'm pushing it up, so it's a bit easier to control like the sound levels and stuff, and it also allows you to pass through everything in once. So I use my microphone through it and my headphones, my earphones, sorry. This is what I use right now just because it's easier for me to stream with, but if I was going to an event or playing at a LAN or boot camp, whatever, I'd probably be using this. Now I've used this for the last 5 years or so at LAN events and stuff. It's been really good. It saves all the settings onto the actual card itself. This is very popular as well amongst other pros. Now I'm sure a few have moved away now onto the next option, but this is still a very popular one as well. You can't really download software at those events and stuff to use it, like to check if the audio is still there or whatever, but this is not for those type of people. The pros are probably not watching this. They already have their sound cards and stuff. This is for the everyday user, so there's lots of software and customization with this one. It allows you to adjust the audio for your earphones and stuff to exactly how you want it, which is really good. Now like I said, I'm going to leave a link below to the video where I show my settings for this, and I still use those settings today if I had to plug this in and use it again at like an event or whatever. So trust me, I've used that for like the last 5 years, loads of hours on it, and that is definitely one of the best sound cards to use right now for Siege. Now other one you can use right now, which a lot of people are using, is the FIO K3. This one doesn't require any software or anything. It's very simple and it just comes with a few buttons and a few dials and stuff, and that's all you get. I don't think there's any software for it anyway. I might be wrong in that. People, if I'm wrong, correct me in the comments. You know, very easy to use, very easy to set up. Not much else to that really. I mean, it just, you know, pretty much plug and play straight away, and just helps your audio a lot. It goes all the way up to 384k kilohertz with 32-bit, so a lot of room there to adjust that type of stuff. Now moving on to kind of a weird, well, not a weird one, but the HyperX Cloud 2s actually come with like their own kind of little sound card. So if you guys currently use those and you want to change to like earphones or a new type of headphones, you can actually keep that little sound card and plug it into your PC and use different headphones and stuff on it, which makes it a lot easier. Now the audio that comes out for that is really good in my opinion. I've used it quite a bit as well when I didn't have my Soundblaster before. So if you guys want to keep using that, you can use that little sound card thing with the headset. And if you want to keep using the headset too, it's also really good. Like when I go to like the Ubisoft studios and stuff, every dev has this on their table. So I feel like the audio is kind of best adjusted for this headphone. You'll see all your favorite pros and stuff like Spoit and stuff using it as well. Obviously you want to go for the Cloud 2 wired version if you can find it. Currently I've just got the wireless one on screen because it's the first one I found and I didn't really look. Cloud 2 wired comes with a little sound card in the package, which you can use for your headphones or a different pair of earphones or headphones. Plus with this, like I said, it feels like all the devs are using this headphones, so it kind of feels like the audio is made for this type of headset. So if you guys want to kind of copy the devs and get the true audio that they kind of get as well, this is the headphones you want to use. Okay, moving into some few earphone options here. So I currently use the Shure 535. Now this is probably way out of everyone's budget and range, but I thought I'd just show you guys what I currently use. So if you guys want to copy me, go buy these earphones. I'm not telling you have to buy them, but this is what I use. But there is a cheaper version that you guys can buy that's probably in more people's budget and a bit more realistic, which is the 215. They're kind of the same. They've just got one less driver, I believe. Like mine's got 3, this one's got 2, so it's a bit less of a drive there, but it's still a really good earphone. I use these from about 2017 to 2018. I recommend these ones a lot. Great starter one for me as well. I really enjoyed it. Really easy to, you know, if you have any issues with it as well, Bose help, not Bose, Shure help out a lot. So if you guys want anything like that, try these ones out as well. And finally, I also use these ones, the Bose Comfort Quiet 20. Now a lot of pros used to use these back in the day. I'm not quite sure if people use them now, but one good advantage of these is they have active noise cancelling. So obviously you just click a button, it can cancel all the noise out, so you can fully lock in on the game and hear every piece of audio you can. They are a bit more expensive. They're about £200 right now. I use these from about 2018 to 2020 time. Really good set of earphones. Would definitely recommend if you haven't tried them yet. Now I'm sure there are a lot more budget options out there that I don't really know of because I've not tested and I can't really go over them. I'm just going over the ones that I've kind of used in the past and I can only recommend myself. So if you guys have any good options that are like, you know, cheaper than the cheapest set of earphones here, which is about £100, leave them in the comments below for other people to find out and use them, because I'm sure other people would love to know what to use, especially if they don't have that budget as well to kind of dive deep and spend a lot of money on these type of earphones and stuff, because they are expensive. Yeah, anyone who's got good recommendations in the comments, even below, recommend it for everyone to just go check that out just before you want to buy anything. Also make sure you watch some reviews or other things on other channels just to make sure you're fully understanding what you're buying and it is the one that you want to buy and want to use. Of course I can give my opinion, but maybe some other people have other issues that I've not had, or just kind of see how it goes for yourself. Don't fully take what I say as gospel as like these are the best, you know, go spend £400. Kind of, you know, test the waters a bit, look around, shop around if you have to, but like I said, these are just my recommendations, guys. So that is going to be everything for today. I hope you guys have enjoyed. Let me know if this helps you out in the comments below, guys, and if you want more videos like this. Much love. Make sure you like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Leave a comment below saying that, oh, you're the best, Leon, you helped me so much. Thank you so much. CJX is amazing. My audio is great. So yeah, have a good day, guys. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one. Bye.